The secret crush. A woman finds out her best friend has been in love with her for years, but she's already engaged to someone else. A serene park bathed in golden sunlight. Birds chirp. A gentle breeze rustles the leaves. Emma sits on a bench, staring at a wedding magazine in her lap. Her best friend, Liam, sits beside her, holding a coffee cup. They're both quiet, lost in thought. Emma looks at Liam, noticing something distant in his tone. She hesitates, then closes the magazine. Emma studies him, sensing there's more he's not saying. Before she can press further, her phone buzzes. Emma nods, but there's a lingering unease between them. She stands, brushing off her dress. Liam looks up at her, his eyes filled with unspoken emotion. Emma smiles, but as she walks away, Liam's expression falters. He watches her go, his heart heavy. Emma is packing wedding favors, surrounded by boxes and ribbons. James enters, carrying takeout. He kisses her on the cheek. James sets the food down, glancing at her. Emma pauses, her mind drifting to Liam's distant behavior earlier. She looks at James, hesitating. James shrugs, oblivious. Emma nods, but her unease grows. Liam sits at his desk, staring at a blank piece of paper. He picks up a pen and begins to write. The camera focuses on his hands as he writes, "Dear Emma." Emma finds the letter slipped under her door. She opens it, her heart racing as she reads Liam's words. Emma's hands tremble. She sits down, overwhelmed. Emma and Liam sit across from each other. The letter lies on the table between them. The air is thick with tension. Emma looks at him, her eyes filled with confusion and hurt. Emma looks away, tears welling up. Liam reaches across the table but stops himself. Emma sits on the couch, staring at her engagement ring. James enters, holding a bottle of wine. Emma forces a smile, but her mind is elsewhere. James sits down, sensing her seriousness. Emma takes a deep breath, struggling to find the words. James looks at her, confused but supportive. Emma nods, but her heart is heavy. Emma and Liam walk together in silence. The tension between them is palpable. Liam nods, his expression a mix of sadness and understanding. Emma looks at him, tears in her eyes. They stop walking, standing face to face. For a moment, it feels like they might kiss, but Emma steps back. Liam nods, his heart breaking, but his love for her unwavering. Emma sits alone, staring at her wedding dress hanging in the corner. She picks up her phone and dials James. Emma and James walk along the shore, the waves crashing beside them. Emma takes a deep breath. James stops, looking at her with a mix of hurt and understanding. Emma looks at him, surprised. James smiles sadly. Emma looks down, tears streaming down her face. James takes her hand, squeezing it gently. Emma looks at him, gratitude and guilt in her eyes. They hug, the sunset casting a golden glow over them. Emma sits on the same bench where the story began. Liam approaches, sitting beside her. They sit in silence for a moment. Liam looks at her, his heart racing. Emma turns to him, her eyes filled with vulnerability. Liam nods, understanding. Emma smiles, a sense of peace washing over her. They sit together, the space between them filled with unspoken words and the promise of what could be.